Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Creative Redundancy, the one known as CR, like it says on your screen right now. Hopefully, you all are doing well, enjoying that summertime. And hopefully, you guys are all receiving fairly good weather overall. Not just this month alone, but like overall, and hopefully next month too. I'll dive into that and some other things along the way. Oh yeah, I see some people coming in here. You got the sunflower. What's up, Doris? What's up? So, well, you know what, Doris? Since you're here, I'll verbally reply to a comment for you. Well, I'm here at the same time. I'll probably What I'll probably do is, yeah, I'll do it that way. Yeah, since you're already in here, but you have to wait until and hold on until I'm ready. Hopefully, everyone can hear me. It's actually been a while since I went on live. I'm pretty sure I have my headset going with me, and of course, randomly, let's see her on the screen here. Actually, I'm just gonna put her here. Hopefully, you guys are all doing well. Hopefully, you got some water. Water is always gonna be one of the better things to use, drink, keep cool with in the summer. So, because I know it's fairly hot in the U.S. right now, if I'm not if I'm not mistaken. I mean, it's relatively seasonal or above seasonal here for me today. I got the sunshine too. And for once, I can actually, well, just a slight haze, but I mean, like, nowhere near as much as it was back, like, let's say, earlier in the month, late last month, or even in May. And yes, there is social forest fires going on here, here in Canada, amongst some other things that are happening here in Canada. Let me see. What's up, Puga? Hi. Yeah, it's 94 for you. It's sunny. It's about like just under around that 33, 34 Celsius range. So I think for me right now, it's in the 80s. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to get over 80 for sure. So that's 27 Celsius for my Canadian viewers and everyone else in the world. Well, Huga, I mean, I've been hearing about stuff like, who did I hear it from now? I'm trying to remember that channel. I just watched this other video. Oh yeah, now I remember because I just saw it last night. She was showing her garden, and she was saying that her phone was overheating while recording in the sun. So yeah, I know it happens. Hey, maybe she'll drop in. That'll be hilarious. You know when you're speaking of someone as an example or whatever, with no like uh uh messaging to them to join, and they just happen to show up. It's like, are your ears ringing? That kind of thing. Oh wow. Ugh, come on. I'm not trying to re-highlight it here. Come on, work for here. Let's go. You get a 5 gallon bucket of tomatoes. Awesome, awesome. Okay, make sure I don't swipe swipe up. I'm trying to, when I'm swiping the screen, I'm trying to not like hit refresh randomly. manifest it, make it happen. Like magic. Ta-da! Uh, so I'll probably dive into a couple things here. Well, like I said, it is nice and sunny out. I just say it's sunny enough out for solar. That's for sure. Even solar ignition, even though I don't really need solar ignition right now, but the solar power is nice. Yeah, I guess I'll share this later too. my friend was asking me because I was over visiting them. Now, for anyone that hasn't seen that one video about that one plant that I took for a walk. Yes, I took a plant for a walk. You know, people. I've seen people. Obviously, we all seen people walk dogs. Hell, I even walked a cat this one time, but I'm like, oh, let's go walk a plant. That was fun. That was fun. I was like walking down to my buddy's place because it was a nice day at that time, back during last month. It's actually, it's funny. It's almost a month ago, 30 days ago. 'Cause I did that back on the summer solstice, back on the 21st of last month. And basically, yeah, there might be an update video on that. I don't know. I did go over there recently, so I've seen the changes. And so there might be something, I don't know, something along the lines of that. But one of the things that my friend said, "Hey, CR, can you fix this? The light's not working in this solar garden light." I'm like, I was like taking a look at it. Now, originally, this was way more cloudy, the solar panel, and I just kind of used some hand sanitizer to kind of clean it up. It's getting a little bit more voltage now. Because I tried this out with a I measured the voltage with with a multimeter in like fairly bright sun like it is today, where you see hard shadows on the ground. I was getting like 2 volts out of it, and then I tried it again when it was more cloudy out, and I was like getting like maybe 1 or 0.5. I'm like, oh, okay, that's not so bad. So I'm trying this out, but one of the things is, look at this. I think it's missing the LED. That's why it's not working. As you can see, I got a rechargeable battery in here. I almost forgot I had these. This is like a 24, let's see, 400 milliamp hour type battery. I'll say, 1.2 volts. Double A. Should be charged by now, actually. I think I just had to top it off. But the solar panel actually still works, so maybe the light doesn't work. Solar panel on this does work, so I can recharge stuff. Yeah. Because it's got CR in it, right? Yeah. Just gonna have a sip of my coffee here. Let's see what's going on here. So, how are you guys doing? How's the weather outside for you? Like I said, it's relatively seasonal or slightly above seasonal out west here for me. I know there's been things going out east, and please, everyone, for my viewers out there who are watching right now, especially if you're a Canadian or whatever, maybe you don't know specifically people out east, but I do know there's YouTubers amongst other content creators out east. Maybe they don't specifically live in that province, but I heard about extreme rain, localized flooding out east, out in Nova Scotia right now. I just saw some highlights about that, just so I can get a sense of it. Send your prayers out the people over there. I think they said they got like support, and I quoting this. Oh, you can't see me air quoting, and I'm quoting this. Apparently, they got 3 months of rain in like 24 hours, supposedly. This is what I heard. So I'm like, oh yeah, that's quite a bit. That's quite a bit. I mean, like even out west there, we were getting back last month, some places were getting like a month's worth of rain in like a very short amount of time. Now, luckily enough for me, it's been relatively sunny, relatively seasonal, slightly above seasonal-ish. It's hovering around the high 70, even the 80 Fahrenheit mark. Let's say 23, 27, 28 Celsius here in Canada. And I was just like, man, this is nice. It's not that higher temperatures, above 30, above 86 Fahrenheit, in the 90 range. Because I actually haven't seen many days like that. Or at least if there has been temperatures up in that higher range, it's only been for a day or two, a day or two at most, and it falls back under plus 30 in that high to low 80 Fahrenheit range. And luckily enough, it rained this morning. I was just like sleeping. I had the window open, obviously, because it's warm out, and I was just like, all you hear is like insert lightning and thunder sound. And I was just like, I just hear it coming down, and I'm like, oh, I guess on the bright side, I don't have to water for today. The morning water, right? Now I'm getting afternoon sun, so that's I like that. Or getting that balance of both heat, sunlight, and the wind and the water, or in terms of, in this case, rain. So it was quite nice. Heard some thunder. I didn't see the lightning because I was just like kind of snoozing still, because it was like I look at the time at that time. I was like, oh my gosh, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting more rest there. I went back to bed. I rolled my eyes back shut and for another few hours. Then I woke up later, and then the rain ended and the sun came back out. So that was nice. Let's see. Where am I at? Okay, 15 minutes. So yeah, I should go grab something out here. Hopefully my headset doesn't cut up. I'm gonna bring this in here. Why not? Hold on one second. Let me open my door here. So it's quite nice outside. Oh yeah, it's quite nice outside. I'll show you guys over here. There's some. Well, hold on. Well, I'll bring one in first. I'm gonna show you guys something here. Sneak peek. You guys are gonna get a sneak peek here. Very shortly here. I'll probably wait a little bit longer, but I figured I'd bring it in the first place. Something I'm trying out too. Yes, it's in my hands right now. Hi, Uncle Al, I see. My Bullfrogs 79's in the house. Hi. Something else I've been trying out in terms of some gardening stuff. Hopefully all your gardens out there are doing fair to good, and hopefully you're getting something great out there. Whatever it is, maybe one thing's not doing so well, but something else is doing really well. Maybe your tomatoes aren't doing well, but the peppers are doing excellent because of the heat, for example. Because I've been reading and hearing stuff from like other, well, I guess I should, content creators and YouTubers, and also some other things from other social media sites and stuff like that, like IG and stuff like that. I've been hearing about this kind of like some people have been having issues, stunted growth, lack of rain, too much heat. And I know some people have said to me, yeah, CR, it's been raining constantly, barely getting any sunshine, and stuff like that, where some of the plants are kind of getting bogged down with the water. So hopefully, if you're getting rain, hopefully you'll get some sun. If you're gonna want the sun, hopefully you'll get some of that rain, some moisture too. A significant amount, so they'll water your crops, plants, and stuff like that. Um, Resupply the water refill the groundwater that you have in your own local area and stuff like that. So, oh, look who it is! It's LB. Hi, LB. How are you doing? how's your plants doing? How's that tomato doing? How's that going, by the way? It's nice to see you. It's 101 there, Uncle. That's probably like what, 39 Celsius, give or take. Because I know 104 is 40. Make sure I don't accidentally refresh by accident. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Of course, Uncle. I mean, I understand. I do not live in that climate area, so sometimes I forget about these little tiny little things. Because out here where I live, it's kind of how do I? Well, I just see all of it. I guess right. There's some heat. There's some cold. There's some moisture. There's some rains. Some thunder showers. Some lightning. Some hail. Like all of that I see in a given year. So sometimes I forget. I'm like in the desert. It's a little bit different. Yeah, you're gonna wait for that monsoon season kind of thing. Yeah. All right, LB. All right, all right. I tried to pick a time that no one was streaming or doing a premiere, but apparently, you know how that always goes. Especially as you subscribe or join or follow other people, other content creators out there, you start to notice that a lot more. It's just like, oh, lots of people are going live at the same time. You know, you'll see it like that standard Friday, Saturday, even Sunday. Uh, Especially here on the YouTube side, where it's just like, especially in that prime time, where it's like evening time for most of here in North America, right? Here in Canada and US, probably Mexico too, where it is like, and if you follow enough people or whatever, you're just like, oh, they're live, at the same time. It's just like, and sometimes, and a lot of times you'll see me stream hopping. It's kind of funny when I actually see similar people and just like, they're like, are you following me, Sierra? I'm like, no, 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 no. It's just coincidence that we just know similar content creators out there for whatever the topic is or the live stream is. I mean, it could be a premiere too, I guess, right? LB's doing a premiere right now. But unfortunately, I'm alive right now, so that's how it is, right? So I think it does help to schedule things in advance as much as possible. And then it gives people a little bit of notification time, to like, stop at a place to have coffee and use the Wi-Fi and watch or something like that, or you know, do stuff in the garden and come back for the live stream later or to premiere and stuff like that. So, yeah. It's 85 for you, Huga. Yeah, that's about. That's probably just around 29 Celsius range. I think. I don't think it's relatively the same temperature for me here as for you, CB. So, relatively speaking, I mean, it's sunny here. I mean, there is some cloud, a little bit of thin cloud. Okay, I just gotta make sure my phone's actually charging. All right, I'm at 75%. I just gotta make sure that I'm not like, oh, I plugged it in. I thought it was charging, and then the next thing I know, I got the low battery indicator, which means that then I gotta stay tethered to, the power. Once my battery charges a little bit more, I'll probably charge it up a little bit more. Well, you know what? I'll wait for some more people to show the sneak peek of something. Yes, I brought something in. Sneak peek on something. Ah, it's green. It's not that kind of green. It's not that kind of green. It's their green. has a nice smell to it too. Just something I'm trying out. You know, regardless if I get something off it, the idea is to actually learn by doing it, right? And just enjoying the process of it as much as possible, right? Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe I'll get something off of it, but I probably won't just because it's so late in the season already. I mean, like we're in the last week of July. Because technically, for a lot of places here in Canada, especially north, in terms of latitude, more north of like Toronto, GTA area, right? That kind of like Southern Ontario, right? Most places probably have another, let's say, under 2 months of good growing potential here in Canada. Because I know once September rolls around, it's could be a hit or miss. You might get the cold may be delayed, but then it may come early. So we'll see how well I can get my stuff going. Luckily enough, here for me, at least here where I live, you know, spring came early, right? So I managed to get a lot of stuff planted and all that stuff relatively early, relatively speaking, early compared to maybe some other years and stuff like that, where I'm still seeing the cold late in the season, relatively speaking. Although this year, for me, I've noticed that it's been, how do I say, I wouldn't say hot. Like, don't get me wrong, there's been a few days at different times throughout this kind of, Q2, Q3 type of year, right? Quarter two, quarter three, spring, summer season, where I've seen some, what, what would trigger on the weather.gc site and Environment Canada here would trigger extreme heat warning. Let's say over 29, 30 Celsius. So 86 Fahrenheit, 85, 86, 90 Fahrenheit and above, right? But it's only happened a few times and it's been sparse, relatively speaking, and hasn't lingered more than let's say 2 or 3 days at the most. So it's not too bad in comparison to like some of the longer heat waves that we've had. Oh, and it has happened, by the way. Where it's like a week longer. Right? Because once it's happened, I noticed this is like, let's say a home or whatever, house, apartment, whatever, right? Give me a condo, duplex, whatever, right? As the heat rises, right? The interior, and let's say we're assuming no fans, AC, excluding that kind of thing, because I'll say that's the more climate controlled type of things, like for the inside, right, of your environment, like a home. Like I'm in a home right now with a roof and stuff like that. The heat's going to start to infiltrate or diffuse inside more and more. Remember, heat travels from hot to cold, right? So the interior of your home, house, whatever, right? It's gonna start to heat up over time. Maybe you might not feel that on the first day, the second day, even maybe not even the third day, but gradually it's warming up inside more and more. Especially if, let's say, a heat wave or something like that kind of lingers around for a bit. I mean, like inside for me, it feels like maybe around that high 70, 75, 80 Fahrenheit range, 24, 27 Celsius. But I've seen it before where if there's a longer heat wave, let's say, where the temperatures are above 30 for, let's say 5, 7 days, I see the temperature inside for me can actually rise to that 90 Fahrenheit, 31, 32 Celsius range inside. I have experienced that once. But I'm lucky enough to have like other things to cool off with, so And people, I've said to people before, because they've asked me, it's like, hey, CR, do you want AC more or do you want heat more? I'm like, well, you know what? It might get hot and cold here, but the cold here lingers a lot more than the heat does, relatively speaking, right? You know, the cold can linger for months. A heat wave, I mean, I've seen it linger for like 10 days back in 2021. That was pretty hot. That's definitely one of the hottest times I've experienced for a while. So yeah, it's just like, oh my gosh. But that wasn't so. I mean, right now this ain't too bad. You know, I've experienced hotter because usually July here is hot. Just be, for me, usually the temperatures. It's not. Let's say it's not. Um, what's the word I'm looking for? You expect to see a few days above plus 30, above 86 Fahrenheit here. A few days. And usually it's not as wet as it has been here in terms of July. Because usually it's hotter and drier than with less moisture or less rain. But this year around, I'm getting kind of a little less heat, more average in terms of the temperature. Let's say 25, 75 Fahrenheit, whatever, something along the lines of that. Whatever the humidity value would be at that time to humidex value. Yet I've been getting rains here, which is quite nice actually because it helps me replenish the water that I use for gardening purposes. So it's been quite nice. So I'm able to, you know, irrigate or water the plants with fairly fresh rainwater, which has been good. I mean, obviously today I won't have to because it rained this morning, so, which is nice. I know it rained a bit because some of the containers I had outside were from an empty state this like yesterday, last night to like almost like full right now, or pretty close to the top, right? I was just like, dang, that's good. That's good. Now buy me some more time in terms of like watering and stuff like that. You know, and I can kind of deep water a lot better because I'll actually have enough water, let's say a pail of water that I can put on some of the plants or whatever, right? And speak of plants, by the way, I'm working on it. It is scheduled right now, but there is update videos on those plants I've been showing. I'm working them in time, by the way. I mean, what you're seeing as the video comes out, you know, that's slightly behind real time because I'm trying to spread that over the whole summer and kind of condense maybe days or weeks of activity into kind of one shorter video, then updating it as it goes along. And there's some things that like I just have to show in as maybe not quite as time lapse, but you know, taking pictures of the same thing over days and days, weeks and stuff like that, where you can see that progress of change. So sometimes I have to do it like that. So hence, yeah. What's up, Arc Wildman? Welcome back, Uncle. Hi, how are you doing? I think Women's Outdoors at least got a premiere going on. I know you had a premiere going on too. Or, forgive me for not being there this time around. I apologize in advance. But I wanted to do this live stream. And besides, I haven't been around for a while. Everyone's like, when's CR doing the next live stream? Well, it's right now if you're joining me live. So I appreciate you all joining me. All right, how much time? All right, I guess I'll show it here. Just wait. Hold on, just give me 1 second. Okay, hold on. I gotta do this in a certain way. Hold on. There's something I want to show. Now, I have my camera down on the table, so I might have to angle this. But you'll get the point of this, because I wasn't joking. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. I wonder why that is, eh? Something I tried out, just for the sake of trying out. It's kind of. So I did try this out. Oh, and by the way, this was not started by from seed. This is actually a clone. You know, I decided to try. As I put this back outside, I gotta put it back in the second. Sorry. Hopefully, everyone can still hear me here. But this is something I tried out this one time. And hopefully, the person I told it to, maybe they'll make an appearance. Be nice. But it's just something I'm just doing as for the sake of knowing how to do it, seeing the progress of it, right? Like you gain the experience of it, like, realize how long it takes and stuff like that. But that was just a clone, from from the pruning of that plant. So. But I'm a sucker for growing stuff now, apparently. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to see. More CR words in there. Oh yes, like scratch. I was almost thinking of doing a specific CR stream. I'm almost thinking about it now still. That just comes to mind right now. As I I barely scratch the surface on the CR words at time. I'm trying, but I'm trying to add in a few more, a few more clusters of CR words in there. I just I don't even know why I never used that word, but now I'm starting to use it. You know, clusters like flower clusters that you might see later on in a video. So yes, let me just check my phone here. Okay, 77%. Okay, as long as my phone's going up, it's good. So yeah, hopefully you guys are having a good harvest. I know some people have been getting good amounts of harvest in terms of produce crops and stuff like that. You know, stuff like tomatoes, maybe a giant 35-pound squash, pumpkin, like someone else I know did. I was like, wow, that was heavy, because I checked out their premiere about it. I was just like, dang, that's pretty big. Where you need two hands to lift the produce or the crop. Yeah, that it's pretty big once you have to use two hands, right? It's two hands. You're really, yeah, it's that heavy. Can you remember some of the stuff I had last year? I was just like, I had something that was needed two hands just to carry it at times. I was just like, even no matter if I don't get a harvest like that again this year, as long as I'm getting some form of harvest, right? Because, like I said, I've seen people say some of their plants are stunted, or yeah, we grew tomato plants. I mean, I'm reading this as the comment section on, let's say, some other videos out there, right? Because I'm watching some of these gardening haul or harvest type of videos lately. I'm just seeing what people are actually harvesting. Now, granted, they live in the U.S. On the higher um, growing zones, let's say 8, 9, whatever, right? So obviously they're harvesting faster than I am for the same plant. But what was I going to say? I was feeling I lost my train of thought there. Oh yeah, but they were saying, some people in the comment section were saying to that content creator that did the harvest haul type of deal or gardening tour or whatever, right? That, you know, they've had, static growth or something like that. Hasn't been not enough moisture in the ground, you know. Some people said that, oh yeah, my tomato plant usually would be like up to my waist, and they said, oh, but it's barely not even past my knee yet, their knee yet. I'm like, oh wow, there is a difference. I mean, I'm being lucky here to receive both the sunlight and that solar energy, and the rains and the rains, the water, and the winds, and obviously, the nutrients are in the ground, right? Regardless if it's synthetic or natural, like compost, right? So I've been quite fortunate to have that balance of the solar energy and the water as much as possible, and also, water catchment's been helping me kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not buffer, but kind of reallocate that water that comes down from thunder showers and stuff like that, and reallocate that on a hotter day, on a sunny day, in the morning or in the evening, all right, preferably. But it's been quite nice because, I can give the plants the water that they need later on, right, after the rains are gone and stuff like that. I'm like, so it's been very beneficial. Like even if, for example, even if I had well water, which I don't, by the way, or whatever, right, something like that, I would still try to use that rainwater first, just because I wouldn't say saves me the time, but conserves that precious resource of water. I mean, like, water is, in my opinion, probably the single most important resource here on the planet. To be honest, planet ain't blue for nothing, right, everyone? The water's not blue or clear for nothing, right? Per, pick, yeah, pear cactus. Somehow I can't say the word right now. Oh, are you? All right. Safe, tra- safe travels to yours, huh? Tell them I said hi. Sierra said hi. Yeah, those are nice folks. Always nice to me when I come and visit them and stuff like that. Or, if they see me on a panel or live stream, they're like, they say hi right away. You know, especially especially Wes and Mrs. West. They've always been nice to me. You know, that reminds me of something. And by the way, let's see here. For anyone that hasn't seen that last video, yeah, actually technically it is. No, actually it's not technically the last video because I pulled out a shorter video, but that kind of, as the thumbnail would say, "Ooh, look." And that idea, I was actually visiting a friend for a little bit, and I was just talking about this thumbnail because I didn't actually upload the video quite yet at that time, but I was just thinking, of my as a content creator, what's a good way to kind of a thumbnail, right? Because, like, also you could see that the title of the video says, I think, summertime walk, summer walk, whatever, something along the way, along to that, right? I just like thinking to myself, how can I make a nice, catchy thumbnail? Because I just like thinking, I'm like, so I'm just like, I'll just do this pointing thing and be like, ooh, look, right? because I was just kind of thinking like sightseeing and stuff like that. You know how or you might hear people randomly, especially if you go with other people and stuff like that. They'll be like, "Hey, CR, yeah, look, you see that, right? That kind of thing, right?" And they're pointing at something to look at, right? And so I kind of use that, and the friend I was talking to, shout out to, to that person, listening around with me here, you know, kind of like, oh yeah, I can see that working pretty cool, CR. I'm like, okay, so tried to, but what to come back to what I actually wanted to talk about is that if you haven't seen that video, that shows this one item from a long time ago, back what 2017, 2018, something I received from West S. So yes, if you didn't notice that, yes, because it's actually sitting in the room right now. Backpack, right? Something I've been working on. But every time I bring that out, right, I wear it, use this stuff, right, it always reminds me of no, you know, it always reminds me of them, right? Because like, um, Uncle, he told me about that, right? Oh, by the way, you want art CR? And I'm like, oh, okay. Right. I wasn't expecting it. Obviously, it's nice. Don't get me wrong, right? It's nice to have gear or whatever, right? When one of the things I decided to do after that, because be uh I'll use an acronym. GAWs. Yeah, that kind of thing, right? I decided after that, you know what, I've been fortunate, yes. Fortunate is the word I'm looking for. Fortunately, and fortunate enough to kind of win something like that, right? It's nice, right? Because you sometimes you hear people say, "Ah, I never win anything, seal or whatever," right? So when I won, I just like one of the things I decided to do, and you know, subject to change, right? But for the for right now, until otherwise or whatever, like I said, subject to change, I'm not gonna enter these. Like you'll actually see it over on some other channels where it's just like, where they, put in this word or whatever to enter the giveaway or whatever, GAW, right? And like you don't actually see me put that in there. So, because I figure, you know what, I want to show that sometimes it's not always about gear, right? Like, don't get me wrong, gear's nice, right? Resources are nice to have, but some things mean more than just gear, right? So people are asking, oh, how come you don't jump into these or whatever, right? I'm like, there's a reason. Hey, Rita, how are you doing? Nice to see you. It's kind of funny. I like that word, chore, because it got CR in it. I keep noticing all the clusters of CR words. I seem to try to cover and recover and reusing them all the time, but you know, but it's always going to be a reoccurring theme here. Come on. Like I said, CR is going to be part of the reoccurring theme. Hold on one sec. Just give me one moment, everyone. I'm just going to put on some background music. I'll be right back in a moment here. Like I said, I'll be right back in a moment. It took me a little bit longer to start it than I thought. And apparently I'm plugging my cord pauses it. I don't know, whatever. I'll be right back. Just a moment, I just gotta take care of something real quick here. Alright, I am here. I don't know why my thing decided to mute itself. I'm just like, really? It's like almost like the first or twice. Over the audio, the daydreaming music, audio track on the StreamYard side isn't too loud. I kind of like this. It always makes me feel, it's a nice, good feeling song. Like, soundtrack. I've used this before. It's nice. So yeah, give me 1 second. Close the door here. So yeah, I may actually show a sneak peek. We'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to see if the lighting will be pretty decent. But it's actually not the lighting. It's more like, is it gonna be like not totally like overexposed out where you can't see anything because it's too bright in the background. So I'll just see. I have some spots that I've been recording or taking pictures. So let's see. I like how you guys are like doing chores and like building something right now, you know. And you can still do it, by the way. Right? So as you're mopping or building stuff, you'd be like, or it would be like mopping sounds like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Oh yeah, we're getting this done today, not later. Not doing that CR work, procrastinating, but doing that other work and being proactive about it, right? As much as possible, right? Because I know a lot of people out there listening to live streams in the background, working or whatever, or occasionally commenting and just doing stuff in the background. I mean, I do that too. Sometimes, you know, I'll say, yeah, I'm watering some plants in the background or something like that. It's just doing stuff, right? You know, I don't. So, where am I at? Alright, 50 minutes, okay. Hey, KP, what's up? How are you doing? How you doing, KP? I saw your community board post, right? Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. You know, when I first saw that picture, at first, to be really honest, I'm like, I thought I was seeing like tearing of the skin on that plant, on that fruit, and I'm like, oh wait a second, that's not it. It's just a leaf. Because I just had to look closer and just like, oh no, there's a leaf between the fruit and the camera. I'm like, I had to re-look at it. I'm like, oh, never mind. But yeah, your stuff's looking pretty good. I'm working on that too. Remember, I live in a technically lower growing zone. So, I mean, I'm getting there. I'm slowly getting my things together. Things are growing quite nicely. Doing what I can here. Hey, what's up, Daryl? Got back from the park. EP. Okay, cool. Hello, Daryl. Yeah. You just posted the video of walking in the woods. Okay. I'll try to come over as ASAP. I mean, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. My watch player list keeps growing, and no word of a lie, I have like my subscription feed is like 5K. I try to come by for the videos as much as possible. I mean, and remember, I am human after all. I do have my kind of more peak interest, and then other things that are like, it's not that I'm not interested in it, I just don't have anything to say about it, because I don't have any experience, skill, or knowledge about it. But then there's other things, you're posting something about some tomatoes or whatever, or some harvest, I might actually want to come by right away, right? Just because I'm actively thinking about that stuff right now, or actively doing it right now. That's why during the winter time, sometimes I don't always watch gardening stuff in the winter time, because I can't quite do that right now at that time. Right? But yeah, that's cool. Double check something here. That's my battery. Okay. I'm plugged in right now. What's up, James? How are you doing, man? Nice to see you again. Hopefully you're doing well, James. Like I said, it's actually, hopefully you guys out there are getting fair weather, what to say. If you're getting too much sun, hopefully you'll get some rain. If you're getting too much rain, hopefully you'll see some more sun again, alright? Hopefully you'll get that balance of heat and moisture. To go with the air and the nutrients in your soil, your garden beds, your container, garden, etc. Like I said earlier, some people have been having issues or slight delays in their gardening for whatever reason. Too much heat, too dry, too much sun, not enough moisture, or too much moisture, or anything more that's in between that. So hopefully you guys are all getting something. I'm just gonna pause that audio. Pause that here. That's known as DJ. You're playing bingo? It's better in the shade, okay? Yeah. And hopefully, if it is sunny out, hopefully you'll get some random, like, cloudy breaks, right? It's always nice when, it's really hot out, and you just see this cloudy break, it's just like, and you just feel that the temperature just, like, not as hot, or it drops a little bit, and you're like, or, you're under a patio umbrella, in the shadow of a tree or something else that's tall and something like that, and you're just like, just relaxing, right? I mean, for me, I don't do anything like watering or weeding midday, or at least I try to avoid that as much as possible, right? Just because it's just like, I need more water in my system than the plants do right now because it's so hot outside, right? So I try to do stuff like that earlier in the morning, let's say 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, just because it's relatively cool out for what it is. It's not too hot yet. Yet there's not like that influx of bugs and mosquitoes, right? That drive you insane in the evening time, right? That's one of the things I don't like about the evening time right now, right? Because right now it's prime time for mosquitoes right now in the evening, right? So that's why I'm doing a lot of this stuff early in the morning as much as possible, right? You know, water, the weeding, and stuff like that, or even harvesting. Try to do it kind of earlier in the day. Next best thing is evening and then afternoon, as much as possible. So let me just double check here. Come on screen. Okay. I just have to check my battery. So I'm not plugged in currently right now. So yeah, hold on, just give me 1 sec here. I forgot I was muted. Anyways, yeah. Ooh, look what this is. I do believe the name has Sierra in it, I think. But yeah, that's just something that almost wildly just grew. And I actually noticed it in our spot. I was just like, I wasn't even planning to put it there, but it just kind of showed up on me by accident, among some other things here. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm gonna give you this very, very quick sneak peek here. I'm trying to get this because the sun's actually in here, and my display's not that bright right now. I wonder what this is, huh? Oh, but, folks, you'll have to wait for that update video to see more of it and stuff like that. But yeah, and Uncle Mel, Dr. Wolfric, you still listening here, still with me here. You know, I got a few more than 6. I remember that comment. Now, as great as that is, I've had some issues with a few other things here. You know, and stuff that, you know, let's just say you just started growing something for the first couple of years or whatever. Well, I'm at that state now where I'm starting to see the things that can happen. You know, a disease, fungal disease, something along the lines of that. I'm starting to see that. So I'm starting to experience that part of it. And always realizing that it's not always going to be, you know, that kind of green plants, lots of flowers or lots of fruiting and stuff like that. This year around, I don't know. Oh, I see a little bee here, a little pollinator. I've noticed some of that as things happening. Alright. I mean, I showed earlier in the year, you know, one of these plants that I just started the transplant of, and it just did not. It just looked terrible. Like it's just because it's so laggy and all that stuff. It's just like, gosh, that if that was just the only thing that happened, well, that's not so bad. All right, one out of many more that I have. So I think that's why I kind of just I tried for a day or two to recover it, but now I'm like, nah, you know what? I'm just gonna thin it out and keep and move on. All right, so that's what I did. I just moved on from it. I've had some other issues happen. I mean, like other people that might have like issues with like wind damage and stuff like that. Because I've had minor wind damage in terms of the plants, right? Nothing, anything structural or anything like that, or anything major like that. But I was just like, I had some issues, you know. with some of the stalks on some of the plants bending hard or quote unquote potentially getting uprooted. So I mean, for what it is, I was actually surprised when I managed to bring it back to something that's like what's the word I'm looking for? Serviceable or working, or it's actually doing something, and you don't see me air quoting right now, all that stuff. But yeah. Messaging, James Ortiz, do you have B4? Going B4. Just kidding, man. Just kidding. I wonder if he's actually still playing bingo. He said earlier. Just kidding. But yeah. Whew. Yeah. Gotta make sure I like stay hydrated, but also realize I know some people have been thinking about their phones and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, mine's in the shade right now. That's actually one good thing about being able to edit or at least splice video together. You don't need to continuously record. So you can give your phone device, recording device, kind of a break, especially if it's like in a dark black case. It's clear and sunny out, and it's 80 plus, 27 Celsius plus temperatures, right? And you're recording outside right now. Because, yeah. I know phones can overheat. I've seen that happen, right? Many people have probably experienced that and stuff like that. I've seen videos where people mention, oh, sorry about that, cause my phone overheated and stuff like that. And they gotta splice the content together and stuff like that. So, and sometimes it's nice to be able to edit too. Even something as simple as splicing. So you can take short clips and just kind of give your phone a break again, record for 10 minutes, maybe, let's say a time lapse or whatever, right? So time lapse is one of those things is because you got to record over a long period of time, and it may be in the sun, so hopefully giving it a break or giving it like let's say in some shade like an umbrella or whatever would help. So because I've tried out some uh, time lapses before. I've never done one for in the summertime because I know that if it's in the sun, I could probably have to keep a battery bank on it or keep it charged, and stuff like that. Because also the display needs to be on. You can reduce the brightness and stuff like that, but eventually it's gonna start to use more and more battery. And considering that usually these time lapses are like, it could be an hour or more, right? Usually they're measured in hours, like 30 minutes, an hour, and so forth, right? So, you start using battery power on that quickly. Hence, I don't usually do them, and I have to set them up and all that stuff, and hopefully it's not raining or whatever during that time too. I know some people like to watch that kind of stuff. I've actually been, watching some of these time lapses videos here on the YouTube platform about about garden plants in time lapse. It's quite interesting to see that actually, right? Because you don't necessarily see that in real. It's nice to see that kind of sped up footage of it, because you would never notice that in real time. You would notice it over time. You wouldn't notice it because you're seeing it every day or whatever, right? But you will notice the change if you haven't seen it for a while, and it's been over a greater amount of time. I'd say days or whatever, right? I mean, for anyone that's gone away for vacation or away for a little bit from their gardens or whatever, or haven't seen their gardens, let's say for a couple of days or whatever, business or whatever, right? Down at the lake, or whatever, camping or whatever, you'll notice that because I noticed it every time. It's like you come back a couple of days later, or 3 or 4 days, you haven't seen your garden for a while, and you come back and holy cow! It's doubled in size. This grew 50% more, or there's more foliage. There's more flowers blooming, more clusters, and all that stuff, right? Yeah. This is why lately I've been trying to take pictures of like certain things so I can see the progression over time. So it's one of the things I've been trying to incorporate in. Let's see what we got here. B56. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Let me just double check here. What is my? Come on, sweet. All right. About 65% off my phone. I can't check I can't check my battery on my headset right now, but hopefully, I think I should be able to get another little bit because I'm pretty sure I had it fairly charged or fairly full when I started. I usually get about 2.5 hours out of it, so it's only been an hour in, so I should have some more time here. So suddenly, if you don't hear me for a little bit, you'll know why, because I'm switching back to the phone's mic and stuff like that. You know what? Maybe let's see. I'm trying to figure out if there's a spot in the shade that I can just because right now I got the phone definitely in the shade because I don't want it overheated, and besides if it's in the light, my display will automatically brighten up a little automatically. So I'm trying to keep my display down because I'm on battery right now. Right? So I'm not using a battery bank, power pack, or an outlet right now. I guess I can go get a battery bank, but it's still good for right now. Because I'm not sure how long I'm gonna go on for. Yeah, I'll go for a little bit. As much as possible. Depending what goes on and stuff like that. Man, it is quite hot out here for what it is. It is summer. I just got a t-shirt. I get out here, but I don't like hat. I don't. Sometimes to me is like hat. A hat. Wide brim or all cap, right? Boy, it's really warm out here. Oh, I see you're still here with us. I see you're still here with us. How's all that stuff going on with you, Uncle? Well, I know I've been seeing some of your community board posts and stuff like that, and some other things. And of course, you mentioned stuff, when on the side chats and stuff like that, or on the panel and stuff like that. So, all that stuff's doing well too. Just give me one moment here, and when I'll play the music here. Alright, I'm back here. Oh, okay. I would per a cat. I actually said that in a lie. Someone else's lie for a little bit. Because they were all just showing the cats and stuff like that. It was kind of cool. I took a pause for that. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe I just did that again. So yeah, anyways, where was I gonna go before I got derailed here? Actually, I might show you guys something else in a little bit, right about 10-15 minutes from here. It's sitting off to the side here. Something else I tried out. You guys can see it. Like, literally. I was always thinking about doing these two things, as a video, but I'm like, maybe I'll just sneak peek it in. Randomly in the middle of the stream. You actually get to see it, you'll be like, ooh, I never seen that, because it's probably gonna be a sneak peek. Oh yeah, I was trying to look for a place that I can set up my camera to show something without being exposed to bright sunlight here. We keep it in the shade. Just looking for something. And hopefully somewhere where I can get good reception too. Like everything. See, I don't have a lot of shade spots right now anyway. Because I don't want to overheat my phone. Got some power tools in the background, as you can hear. Sounds like a sander or a belt grinder, or not a belt grinder, a belt sander. Belt grinder. No, sander. Let's see, our sander. Yeah, sounds like this. Something I can show here. I guess. Oh gosh, it is way warm out here. It is definitely warm out here. I'm not sure exactly what the temperature is, but I'm pretty sure it's like in the 80s for sure. Okay. 60% on the phone, okay. Depending on something else, I might show. Well, no, I was considering on peeking something else in here, but I think you'll have to wait for the video. You'll have to wait for the update video on it. But let's just say it is blooming. That's for sure. That's for sure. So I went out, let's see, Sunday, right? Yeah, I went out on, I think that was Thursday or Friday, it was 2 days. I went out for a walk for a little bit, alright? And like I said, for anyone that hasn't seen that other video, I went out for a summertime walk. Go check it out. You might go tuck into that video. You might see something cool and interesting. Something you don't necessarily walk by and see all the time. And there's two things. There was three things. Well, at least two things about that video on my comment section. I guess I could say it because it's in that public domain area. Right? There's two things. Some people enjoyed the site, what I've seen. Hence the thumbnail. Ooh, look, right? And the other thing is, like I said, yeah. that. The other thing is, like, people were, like I said in that video, you know, I really did enjoy taking this walk. I'm quite trying to paraphrase or quote what I said. I kind of enjoyed what I was when I was taking this walk. You know, enjoying the metaphoric adventure or journey. And you could tell by the editing in the video. Right? I know some people said, you know, for I think who said something like, you know, for a simple walk and stuff like that, you should put this together quite nicely. I'm trying to paraphrase it a little bit here. I know Dioris said something else to me, which I haven't replied to. It was such. I did enjoy that. I mean, honestly, I gotta break a tripod, do something like that. I am not probably doing something like that for, you know, handheld, right, or stuff like that. Well, that's stuff I need, like, you know, I need a tripod so it's nice and stable. No shakiness, no motion blur by default kind of thing. Here's just easier. It's just like the previous springtime walk, right? One of the comments I got in the springtime walk is like, "Hey, Sierra, how come you're not wearing your cap?" Right? Hence, the last walk video I did, hence, I showed it this time around. It's like almost like I planned it that way. Because I was just like thinking, like, I need a way to kind of introduce the video, right? Like, what are better way than like a race type of thing, right? Like, I was showing my buddy who I saw a couple weeks back, right? Because I went to go visit him for a little bit, right? They had a sneak peek of the content of that video, right? And I just like, check this out, right? And it was like, it just kind of came together like a 3-2-1 kind of thing, right? Almost like a race, right? And it just happened to work really well with the pre-recorded content I had, right? It just worked quite nicely. A couple sound effects, you know, some dissolves and all that stuff, fade in, fade out, positioning in, and then just the rest of the road itself, right? It was quite nice. But that was still easier with a tripod, just because, you know, I can get those certain camera angle shots, or I can have the camera stationary, yeah, you know, in the middle of like the open, like on the grass or field, whatever, something along the lines of that, right? Something that's quite hard to do when you don't have a tripod with you, or a stand, anyway. So stuff like that. It's so much fun. You know, and like I said, for people that actually seen those kind of walking away scenes or walking towards the camera scenes, remember there's a lot more effort that goes along into editing stuff like that, because usually you need to record the whole sequence of walking away from the camera and walking back, because unless you got a remote control or whatever, to remote record it and stuff like that, because you're gonna have that excess footage, because when you have it, you gotta record the whole sequence, because you don't have a hands-free way of hitting record and pause, or stop and pause, or stop and record again. So that's one thing I would like, something like that. That'd be nice. That'd be so nice. Then I can actually probably do it a little bit more often, because then I can set it up beforehand, stuff like that. I just got up my nose, probably the pollen or something like that. Although my allergies haven't been so bad this year. I know, I remember, I think it was last year, oh my gosh, I just felt like a sneezing like every day for like a week straight. From allergies and stuff like that. I mean, I don't take any antihistamines or anything like that. I avoid, you know, PILL tests. So what? For now, yeah. That's awesome, DRS. That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, I want to go like window shopping or something like that. Ooh, there is, since today's the 23rd. Yeah, today's 23rd, I think. Anyway, next weekend here, there is a special kind of grad sale, and I'm trying to hopefully go to. I've been to it before. Also, I missed it last year because I was away, and obviously, you know, the previous 2 years, we know what happened, stuff like that. It got delayed or canceled or whatever, right? So I haven't been there since probably 2018, 2019 season. But I'm hoping to go over there this next weekend. It's supposed to be on the 28th, 29th. So hopefully the weather will be decent. I mean, it doesn't need to be sunny. Or hopefully it's not pouring rain here. But I guess if it's pouring rain, then maybe, you know, I'll get an opportunity to get something because there'll be less people. But I haven't been there for a while. Well, fairly large type of yard sale or grad sale. So, see what I can score up with a CR in it. Who knows, right? I mean, I've been to it before in previous years. I still have some of the items I've acquired, right? I mean, I acquired this one item, and I kind of, what's the word I'm not looking for? Changed it, altered it, to be a little bit more useful to me. I've been using it, stuff like that. So, as I say, I made something for a dime, 10 cents go a long way. But that's because I was able to alter it and stuff like that. So it's been quite useful for it. It's also, I mean, it's a tool, don't get me wrong, but it's been quite useful. It's helped me out here, and I've actually used it to help other people out too. So I got some, let's just say, well worth a time. And a little effort to alter it, modify it a bit. So, probably before I go there, probably on like this Friday, before the weekend, before the next weekend, right? Because also at the time of the stream, it's the end of the week. Yeah, right? The next weekend, right? End of the month, I'll probably be thinking about, what should I be looking for, right? Because I'll probably go there to window shop, but just consider a lot of things. Right? I'll bring a little bit of currency, CR word, to it, and hopefully end up with a good score. We'll see. And we'll see if there's a video. We'll have to see. Because I'm pretty No, actually I'm not going to record it. That's just because there's a lot of people. I have respect for people and stuff like that. Yeah, they'll probably have their own personal conversations and stuff like that, but once I'm outside, I'll record, or it'll be like a haul video or something like that. I would say how that all turns out, depending if I even find anything that I want to buy at that place, at a yard sale / grad sale, that kind of event. Because you know, like I said before, you never know what you can find out there until you take a look, regardless if it's free or second hand. Because I think you just gotta take a look, alright? Even on the buying and selling classified sites, you know, Kijiji here in Canada or Craigslist in the US, or you never know until you go to the look, right? You know, it might be something very useful to you, right? Parts that you might want or need right now or soon, or spare secondary. It's part of your contingency plan in terms of like spare parts and stuff like that, right? Like I said, you never know. I mean, and you might even be able to get it for free, right? So, especially if you can put it back into useful state like that, I'm all for that as much as possible, right? and hopefully less of it would end up in a landfill, for example, right? And more of it would circulate, yeah, like a circle, like cigar in it, around a little bit more. Get a couple more uses, more people using it and stuff like that. Especially if it's work. Alright, so a little tiny bit. Yeah, see, I was actually gonna go to one today. Like, it's obviously the weekend, right? But I decided to wait out. Now, if I do, I would probably just go take a look, right? Because one of the things I've noticed is that obviously you can negotiate, right? This and the great plan. You know, sometimes people have actually put up, per se, quote unquote, free stuff, right? At these sales, right? And I take a look just to see some resources and stuff like that. You know, sometimes I'm like, no, but then there's sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I can put this into good use, right? You know, usually stuff like that's probably gonna be like promotional type items and stuff like that. I've acquired promotional type items, right? Like that before. That's heavily branded or numbers and dresses and stuff like that, right? I don't usually show that kind of stuff, but sometimes I acquire that kind of stuff. Let's say, like a pouch or something like that. Relatively simple pouch, one pocket or something like that. Quite small, but something like that, I can easily use it like in a backpack, for example, right? And speaking of backpacks, right? Let me say thank you to everyone that dropped into that. Well, my last premiere that I did back on Canada Day, showing the Canadian Red Cross kit. The contents of that bag, right? Go check it out if you haven't checked it out already, right? You know, I appreciate everyone dropping by on that, right? I got thoroughly good response out of that. And I appreciate my viewers out there, the watchers out there, giving me the watch time on that. I appreciate that, you know, because I saw how much watch time I supposedly got out of it. So I appreciate that, you know. You guys got 2 people out there trying to watch. If not all of it, parts of it, right? You know, I get it. I get it both, but kind of skipping 2x playback or whatever, I get that, right? We're all busy, you know? But I appreciate the viewers out there, the watchers out there, then at least watch some of it, right? You know, some watch time is better than no watch time at all, right? And hopefully some watch time would end up eventually being a little bit more often some watch time. That'd be nice too. Right? So I do appreciate that. There is one of these items in there that I actually didn't show it all because technically I didn't open it. Like, I showed the back of it. There's a list of the contents, right? But I didn't technically open it from its like cellophane, plastic wrap, or whatever. I was thinking about doing the video today, but I decided to screw this. And then reconnect with all you out there. Because I was just like, I'll shoot the video a little bit later, but I'll do a live stream. Why not? I haven't reconnected with a lot of you out there. It's been a while since I did a live stream. I tried to remember. Well, I know this is already so far the only stream I've done all month, but it feels like I haven't done a live stream for like 6 weeks. To the point that this is like, I almost felt rusty. I'm like, what does this do again? Oh yeah, I gotta pause this. I can set it up beforehand and all this other stuff. And oh yeah, my mic's still working. Okay. I didn't mute myself for this whole time and just talk. One day. I'm down to 48. I mean, depending how I feel and depending how I get the charger, I'll probably go for another 10-15 minutes. Give or take. Give or take. Because there's a few things I want to take care of, and actually I feel like going to this yard sale now. We should go check it out. I'll bring a little bit of currency just in case, but I'm not planning a lot to get something because, like I said, there's every kind of yard sale, garage sale that I got that notification or notice a couple weeks back. That's for next weekend. Usually it's a little bit bigger and might be able to get something similar, cheaper, or different items. But, I'll still go. Like I said, you never know until you go take a look. There could be something in there that could be, like, really cool. I mean, like, I've been to yard sales where it's like, I felt like a kid in a candy store, metaphorically speaking, right? For people that like to go camping, they're into that proactive preparedness and stuff, right? You might see gear there that's quite useful. I mean, like, I've noticed things before. It's not always like that, right? I'm not looking for certain things like balls or anything like that, or even clothes, right? But then there's other things that's like tools or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. Not only can I purchase it, it's relatively cheap, but it's useful, or it's something I can add into a bag or a kit today, right? Well, breaking the bank, metaphorically speaking, right? Maybe it's secondhand, maybe it's like what you use, but I have something in the meantime, right? Let's just say, if I spend X amount of currency on it, I'll just find a way to make back that currency as soon as possible, right? Doing a job or whatever, right? So, make it worth it, right? Give me an excuse to go do some dessert stuff anyway, right? Yeah, because I got to remember that. Yeah, because I saw their sign, and I got to remember what time it's open till. Yeah, because I think it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so today's last day. So I might be able to negotiate something, get a discount or whatever. Try to bargain with them, right? I don't want to stay. Let's see. So if they got a free pub, maybe I'll take a look and see. I mean, some things I'm like, something as simple as, like, let's say, microfiber cloth, right? Like, something you would use for, like, lenses. Like, everyone knows I wear glasses, right? I know many of you wear glasses out there. Actually, if I think about it, quite a bit of you wear glasses. Actually, the people that came into this industry were, like, enjoyed me. Quite a few of them wear glasses. It's not sunglasses, right? So, there's microfiber cleaning lens, cleaning glasses, cleaning cloth. Some of them I've acquired for free. I'm like, oh, you know what? I can easily add this into a few things. So if I need it or whatever, I have spares now. But it costs me anything either, so it's not so bad. And also, a lot of that stuff's probably not be like heavily branded from a place like optometrist, eye doctors, stuff like that, right? But providing you don't mind it or whatever, it's a good way to have something, right? I could have, like, something, like, that's dedicated to, like, cleaning up a display, like, on your phone, on my phone, for example, stuff like that, and just keep going with it. Yeah. I know a lot of times I'm just like, because I haven't gone to much garage sale, yard sale, buying things, or shopping, window shopping, whatever you want to call it. So, because some things I'm just like, you know what, I got plenty of these, I don't need another one for the price, right? But then there's, like, something that's really good price, and I'm like, you know what, I think I'll swap some currency for that, right? Because sometimes I've been very, very lucky, right? you know, where I can get decent quality or good quality stuff for relatively inexpensively, right? Obviously secondhand, but you know, I can make it work. Stuff like that as much as possible. You know, then I don't have any excuse, right? And besides, sometimes I'm just talking to people for a little bit, making conversation and stuff like that. You know, sometimes we like, every so often. I'm not saying I do it just for that reason, but when I make conversation with people and get to know them a little bit, right? Because I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use this well camping stuff like that. Oh, you camping, and they'll talk, and maybe they'll be like, I like this guy, and then give him a discount. Maybe it could happen, right? I mean, it doesn't always happen, but let's just say if you see them again, you'll be like, and and they sold you something specific, right? Like let's say tour or whatever, and you'd be like, hey, you see them again, you have conversation piece right there, right? Hey, I'm still using that guy. For example, then Court was okay, it's like, come in, oh yeah, or maybe I don't remember if you're making conversation, right? And stuff like that. Maybe you make a friend. I don't know, Because I haven't gone garage or yard sale shopping for a while, but the last couple times I have gone, I've been able to score some relatively useful items inexpensively, right? And it'll work, right? And for the most part, I'm making back that kind of the currency I dropped for it relatively quickly. What it is, right? Because the savings alone will pay for it in time, right? Just going from there. 25 here. Alright. 158. Alright. I'll probably go for another 7 minutes here. Because I think. Yeah, my phone's down to 42. Right here. My phone's sitting in the shade, but it's warm shade. There's no airflow. In something. In a shade or whatever. I'm just sitting on the corner in the shade. Whew. There's not much of a breeze. Not going too far from this yard sale, so let's go take a look. Alright. Maybe I'll be able to find something to add into some of these kits or bags, right? Sometimes I'm surprised at times. I'm just like, I'm surprised they're not trying to sell this. Alright? And there's other things, I'm recognizing brand names. Behind that. I'm like, okay, I mean, sometimes I've actually had to turn things down just because, let's just say I only had X amount of dollars, let's say 5, 10, right? Only at that time, I can use, right? I'm like, I have to pick and choose, right? So, because I've seen, brands out there that I'm familiar with and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, right? Also, when you look at the stuff like that, also you realize it's not just secondhand, but it's older version of it, whatever it is, tool, 520, whatever, right? But providing that you like it, and I got the bill, you purchase it, and next thing you know, you get that. Well, yeah. As you can tell, I overheated the phone. Apparently, this one spot doesn't work that well. It's too hot. And the airflow. So forgive me for not here. Let's see here. Well, you know what? I guess we're gonna see how this all turns out. I'll have to replay this ending here and see here. Let's see if it captured my choice words that I use every so often. I'm like, dang it. So yes. Anyways. Well, thank goodness I actually put the StreamYard type of audio background music on, because as soon as I didn't hear it, I'm just like, I thought someone was calling me or something like that, and I'm like, oh no, the temperature hot, too hot, your phone's getting too hot, blah blah blah, and all that stuff, gotta cool it down, kind of thing happened. So I'm just like, yeah, I should have remembered. I'm actually surprised I even got it in this spot for like 45 minutes. So yes, I was just about to show this. Couple plants that I have here. I got a mint down here that someone gave me, and I just been propagating it a little bit here. So this time around, I'm holding it in my hands, and I was gonna close the stream like 5 minutes ago, but I was delayed for the last 5 minutes. And we'll see how the stream goes. Stitch it together. We'll see if I keep this ending part in here on the replay. Hey, remember, I'm doing this live, right? So, and like usual, anything can happen while live, right? We all know that. So, like overheating the phone, or disconnecting, or using service, or connection, and all that stuff. That all happens, right? So, this is gonna be my 2-minute warning on the stream here. I do appreciate everyone taking the time to drop it. Not only my channel moderators that I have here on the YouTube side, but other people too, right? You guys are awesome. All you guys and gals out there, you guys are awesome in your own unique way. Alright. And seeing you guys do stuff always motivates me or persuades me to want to do it too. And up my own game a little here, right? Friendly competition, like sports, for example, alright? Makes me want to bring my A game up. Stuff like that. So there is videos in the works. They're scheduled right now. I got videos for the rest of the month. I'm working on some for next month now. There's the shorts that I'm working on too. So we'll see how that all plays out. I'm trying to refine it actually. Because one thing I've noticed about scheduling it's just like, hey, if I want to add something in, I still can, because I still have time, because it's not scheduled for a couple weeks or whatever, and it gives me time to think about the video a little bit and be like, oh, I want to add this one little part in for context or for information or to be funny or whatever, right? Nothing even major in terms of editing. It's just like something I just want to add in there, right? Or some B-roll that I might throw in there. Yeah, DRs. You know what, DRs? Maybe I'll do DRs. Not today or whatever, but the next one or whatever, I'll talk more about that DRs stuff. I wanted to talk about it in this stream, but apparently my phone's like, no, I'm overheating. So I think what I'm gonna... Yeah. I actually have my phone on the cement in the shade, so coolness of the ground should draw the heat away. It's been a while since I actually overheated my phone. And I guess that happens to the best of them. Anyways, folks, ladies and gentlemen, go out there and create something awesome. Because you guys are all have the capability of doing not only doing something awesome, but able to create something awesome. Whatever it is out there. Regardless if you're building a shelf like Dioris is, or putting a kit together, or putting together a garden if you haven't already, right? And all that stuff. Like always, everyone. Go create something awesome. Because our world's changing out there. And we can adapt too. Our skill and knowledge can get better with practice. You can't help everyone, but you can help someone out there. All right, everyone. Take care. And hopefully I'll keep this all together here for the next video and the next live stream. I'll catch you on the next one. Catch you out there, everyone. Take care. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. And I'll see you next time. Take care, folks.